Hello there, everybody. This is Cholera, and welcome to the Ace Match, Set 5 of Samson Khan versus SKT1, and this is going to be Jangbi versus Bisu. That's right, for all of you who love GOM TV out there, and I know there's some of you who do, this is a rematch of the final two of the last GOM season, where Bisu beat Jangbi, I would say, pretty darn convincingly, 3-1. And I felt like he was in control of the series at all times. But we'll see what Jangbi can do here in this game. I'm not sure if these statistics we see here include GOM or not. I'm guessing they don't, because that would mean they've only played each other one time other than at GOM, and that doesn't make sense. But it looks like in the Pro League, at least, they are 2-3. Usually this is the Pro League statistics. I am actually doing this commentary a couple of days after I was doing the other ones. This is Tuesday night of June 16th. I have been really busy recently. I know some of you guys are wondering where I've been. I'm fine. I'm going to be moving from New York to a undisclosed location in the Northeast in half a week. So that's exciting. I'm going to be there for quite a while, so it is undisclosed though. I will tell you that I'm in fear of nuclear war since Reach, you know, I've been hearing he's having some difficulty with Kim Jong-il's son. Reach evidently has not gotten a chance to play him in StarCraft yet. If Kim Jong-il's son does play StarCraft, I think Reach would solve the entire North Korean problem immediately. He would just play him and humiliate him so badly that man would just be like, "That's right. When I take power after Kim Jong-il dies, I think his name is Kim Jong-un or something. I'm just gonna bow down to Reach, and we're gonna be all good. You know, no more communism." Anyway, it looks like we've got Jangbi there at the upper left in purple, and Bisu at the upper right in red. This map is Neo Medusa. Yes, it is. I'm sorry. Bisu is at the upper left in red, and Jangbi is at the 3 o'clock location, the upper right in purple, matching this dude's shirt. Very purple. Not sure who this is. Looks kind of familiar, though. Could be a past pro gamer, or maybe I'm just seeing things. Yeah, there is Bisu's base right now. You know, Medusa is a map where you have a slight advantage if... I would say you have a slight advantage if you start off at the 6 and your opponent starts off at the 10. But in this situation, I would say it's pretty even. You know, it's just because of the dropship locations. If you start off at 6, it definitely benefits you because you can fly over your opponent's natural expansion behind their base very easily and do a lot of harassment. Anyway, it looks like Bisu is going to be going for a 1-gate gas. It was a pretty slow cloak there from that girl. And we've got, yeah, 1-gate gas here coming from Jangbi. You know, really, Jangbi is a solid player. And you know, Protoss versus Protoss isn't really his forte, but I do expect him to put up a good fight, especially after you know, losing to Fantasy. That was a tough game. I think he's going to want some revenge here against the SKT1 team, and I certainly think he's capable of beating Bisu. But at the same time, while I say all that, Bisu is a huge favorite, though, in my opinion. Bisu is really, you know, it's the only Protoss who's consistently beaten him is Stork. And obviously that's what happened earlier this series, but you know, we'll see if you know, we'll see if he can win this PvP here. It is going to be pretty interesting to see what happens. Obviously, we have identical timings here from these two players. Actually, no, I'm sorry. We don't have identical timings. We had Bisu putting down his core earlier than Jangbi. Jangbi elected to go for a second pylon first. Really not much of a difference. I think this means Jangbi is going to have 1 or 2 probes more, or maybe 1 more zealot, possibly. Whereas Bisu is going to have, of course, an earlier core and earlier dragoons. There's Bisu, probe. It's probably going to stay alive longer than Jangbi's. I'm just going to make a wager there, because Bisu has the best pro micro, whatever you say about him. He has the best pro micro in the universe. And Bisu is going to be going for range upgrade. Jangbi has gotten his second zealot and a second gateway, so there is a pretty significant divergence here in this game. And we'll see what Jangbi can make out of it. I think Bisu is probably just going to go for a robotics facility afterwards, because he can see all this, and that should be a pretty good, you know, thing for him, because he'll be able to figure out, you know, if there is a 2-gate, well, I'm going to need reavers first. If there isn't a 2-gate, you know, most likely I have to watch out for 2-gate at any given it's definitely a possibility. Basically, he doesn't need to necessarily go observers first. He has a slightly better idea of what's going on. But Jangbi, of course, has hidden a probe inside of Bisu's base. So Bisu is... It doesn't look like he figured that out, actually. He probably thought Jangbi ran away. So Jangbi is going to get a free scout later on. That could be very important in this game. Scouting information in the middle of the game is so important, and there it is. Jangbi going to go in for that ninja scout. Very nicely done, Jangbi. Hopefully he can keep up this kind of level of play. And Bisu's probe looks like it may be dead at this point inside of Jangbi's base. I think both players have actually reconverged, though, into the same build. Because both of them have gotten 2 gates and no further tech. There's Bisu putting down his robo, but Jangbi is probably going to have a robo up any time now. Yep, there it is. So the 2 builds are actually now identical again, pretty much. Jangbi with 3 goons and 2 lots. Bisu probably with 1 more goon. Yep, 4 goons and 1 zealot. Yeah, I've been busy finishing up with work here and getting ready to go get busy with whatever I'm going to do up in that place where I'm not going to tell you because you guys are creepy. No, just because. You can email me if you really want to know where I'm going to be. But I think some of you guys are actually probably nearby. So, not that I don't love you fans, but, well, some of you guys love me a little too much, and I don't need loving in that way. But anyway, it looks like Bisu going to get a couple of shots on his Dragoons, and he's going to have to retreat. Not going to be able to do much there, even though I think he had his range slightly earlier than Jangbi did. He has his robo up, and he's going to be building something. I'm going to guess it's going to be the robotics support bay here. Really not too much leading. That should lead Bisu to think there's any DTs coming up. But, of course, Bisu does like observers first, because that's generally what he does. Nope, he's going to build a robo, and so will Jangbi. So both of them have pretty much identical builds. Bisu slightly slower with his Reaver. Jangbi in a good defensive position there. Bisu's not going to be able to push in. And actually, Bisu, in fact, is back in his base in anticipation for a Reaver drop, of course. At this point in the game, both players are rather in the dark, and they'll instantly know what's going on, of course, the moment their shuttle goes over there. But until then, they really cannot put their units up front against, DTs is a slight possibility, or more likely against Reaver Harass. Nice diagonal positioning there by Bisu, and also a nice position there from Jangbi. As you can tell, both players have not hooked it up this game. There's no obvious differences, which means they're both playing as optimally as currently possible. I say currently because no one has optimized the game further than what they're playing right now. Of course, that does change over time.